There we go. I got my microphone working. Holy shit, we're back. We're back in the real cave. The real cave, the original cave, the OG cave. We're back in Finland, for fuck's sake. I couldn't be more happy about that. And everything works. Crazy. Everything actually works again on my streams. Amazing. Absolutely fucking amazing. I don't need to, absolutely rage like some sort of crazy person, which I definitely am. But we're finally back home a little bit after Dubai for way too long, man. Anyways, after that whole trip, it's very certain that we're coming to Florida. It's got to be Florida. It must be Florida. The city is the only question of the day. And what city should we go to? Should it be, I don't know, should it be Fort Lauderdale? Should it be Tampa Bay? Should it be gay-ass Miami? Should it be West Palm Beach? I don't know. I don't know where to go. Anyways. Tempo Ray says big wide gaping cave. Yes, exactly. 100K or you're gay. That's right. We're all gay today. We're all gay for TA and we're all gay for 100K. And if you're not gay, you don't get 100K. Sorry, I don't make the rules. Anyways, I'll give some time for people to join back on in. Obviously, yesterday I was not like available, so I did a pre-recorded video, which was absolutely perfect timing with Bitcoin breaking through $100,000 and getting really, really exciting. But of course, in today's video, we'll kind of extrapolate on the more short term. Yesterday's video was obviously more focused on the long term. However, going off of several comments, very concerned about some people out there. Probably not the regular people who watch this channel, but some people who, like just saw it on the YouTubes and were like, holy shit, this guy's saying the cycle's ending today. Fuck you. It's just like, no, I don't think that's actually happening. If you listen to the content, it's actually quite clear what I think is happening. And hey, I might be wrong about it. It's 100% possible. I'm very much open to that. In fact, I'd be very happy to be wrong about it as well. But most importantly, the airplane indicator has not failed us yet again. It's not failed us yet again. What's up, Nikki Page? I see some of our usual moderators in the house, which is really, really nice to see. I see Big Boy George, Primus Mud, Alexander, Ty Fox. A lot of new faces here, actually, as you would expect. It is those fun times, and I vape 100 gay. Yes, I'm 100 gay as well. We're all 100 gay, and you can't be 100 gay if you're not here. And what else? Well, I think we'll give it a little bit of time. We'll give it a little bit of time for people to join in. I just should actually check how many people are actually watching as of right now. Oh, I have it on my screen right here. That's amazing. Except I don't have it in front of my face right now. There we go. Yeah, a little bit over 1,000. We'll give it like 5 more minutes or so. In the meantime, we'll just shoot the shit like two nerdy fucking magic internet bros. And for all of the hoes in here, well, sorry, but no shit for you, sir or zer. Crypto Clown World, sup Krown. Hello, sir. Good morning to you. Hi, everybody, says Spence Hogg. Nice, man. Martin Hunt says, hello, sir. Good morning to you, sir. Good morning to you indeed. Actually, that reminds me, because we're doing a live stream today for Friday, that means that I am going to take the weekly Q&A and move it from Saturday to Sunday just for this week. I suspect in the future, we probably won't be live streaming on Friday. I do think we might start to do 2 days a week, maybe like Tuesday, Thursday, something like that, perhaps. Because the market is a little more interesting right now, and I want to be a little bit more involved, especially now that I can actually get a good night's sleep. A good night fucking sleep. Could you imagine that? Do you have any idea? Do you have any fucking idea how good it feels to get a nice night of sleep? Because I didn't for multiple months. There's no way to get good sleep in Dubai. It's actually impossible. They don't allow it. They do construction at all fucking hours of the day, okay? I'm not joking. I was watching right outside my fucking window. At 2 a.m., there's people doing construction. I mean, I admire the work ethic, but fuck you. Like, shut up. Stop with the damn noise. Anyways, bullish on sleep. I'm tremendously bullish on sleep. I got like almost 10 hours of sleep last night. I was getting like 5 hours of sleep a night in Dubai. I mean, jeez, fucking Christ. I just wanted to kill myself at the end of there. Anyways, we're back in Finland. Says Ollie, and you have a very Finnish last name. Actually, happy Finnish National Day to you, or Independence Day. Happy Independence Day. You guys got independence from who? From Russia? I think they got independence from. Elsa doesn't even fucking know. I'm gonna ask ChatGPT. Who did Finland get? No, I don't think you're right. No, you're lying. You're probably lying. Who did Finland get independence from? Let's see. Let's bring this into. We can verify this. Yeah, the Russian Empire. The Russian Empire. In 1917, it wasn't even that long ago. It wasn't even that long ago. That's the craziest thing about history is that when you study history, you start to realize, oh shit, things were not that long ago. Things were tremendously different. Like, it really wasn't that long ago that things were so fucking different than what they are right now. Things can change so much in such a short amount of time. You think things are good, or you think things are bad right now, but you don't know how bad they can get. Anyways, I'm going to turn down some of the noises over there because that's going to drive me fucking mad. I already have 20. I will warn you, we're probably not going to do a super long stream tonight. Maybe we'll stop like around 10:30 or 11 because I want to go to the gym today because I haven't gone in a couple days. But but very, very excited. Yeah, Shell's Bells, our Estonian neighbor, says Happy Independence Day, neighbors. Fuck yeah. Estonia also got their independence, I believe, from Russia as well, or maybe it was the USSR at that time. A little bit later, I think Estonia got their independence like after I was born. I think it was in like the 90s. It's not that long ago at all. It's fucking crazy. But I've actually lived in Estonia, and I can tell you there's a lot of Russians there, and Estonians hate Russians. It's just a thing, man. And Russians hate Estonians probably too, honestly. They just do not fucking like each other. Hi from Cambodia. Nice. I've been looking at places in Eastern Asia as well. Or sorry, Southeast Asia, Cambodia, and funnily enough, what's the other one? Vietnam pop up a lot. Obviously Thailand, but those places are surprisingly nice. Like, they're surprisingly nice. Anyways, yeah, K is nice and stretched. I'm feeling very stretched right now. Are we stretched? Is the feet? Oh yeah, you're right. The stretch. There is some stretch. Let me actually fix that. I think I can fix that rather easily. Oh, actually, I probably can't. Oh yes, I can't do it. I can't do it right now. I'll have to do it for the next stream, but that's fine. It does look pretty silly, I will say. Let me actually blow it up on this screen. Just want to see. Hey, I look fat when it's stretched, says Elsa. And this is also terrible. Okay, no, the quality is actually quite good. Okay, good. All right, yeah, it's just stretched. I kind of like it. It makes me look a lot more wide. And hold on, is that actually working well? Okay, yes, that is working well. All right, nice. Holy shit. Yeah, I didn't have enough time to like set up everything here on the in Finland, but it does seem like most things are working well. So I'm gonna finish a little bit more of this caffeine, then we'll get into the actual content of the day. There is some very, very important things, obviously, as the title does go over. 100,000 rejected. What does that mean? What happens now? The pre-workout stretch. Man, I used to drink pre-workout before parties instead of doing like actual drugs, and it was honestly more powerful than actual drugs. I can assure you that because I've done the experiments. This is like way back in college, man. I swear I got addicted to Jack 3D, and No Explode. Those things were just absolutely crazy, man. Bullish on your hair, Krown, says Supplement Kings. I'm bullish on my hair as well, except actually I'm not, because I probably need a new hair transplant relatively soon, honestly. We're gapping from Bhutan. I don't know. I don't even know where Bhutan is, honestly. I'm American. Someone said pre-workout. Yes, indeed. Well, of course it's in Asia, but I don't, well, I don't know. It could be in Africa, I guess, too. Who knows, man? Doesn't Finland have all the space cache? I don't know what that's a reference to, but probably not. Finland's still pretty much financially retarded, if you ask me. But they're working on it. They're working on it, I think, a little bit. Anyways, greeting from New Zealand. Fuck yeah, man. That looks like absolute heaven to me as well. Probably a great place to live, honestly. Jacked in TA. Yeah. Jack off 3D. Yes, that's the pre-workout I like to drink. Jack off in 3D. It kills your motivation, though. That's the issue. It wasn't a good pre-workout. Yeah, No Explode. Yeah, 15 years ago, that was a shit. It was just a shit ton of caffeine is what it really was. That's what all these damn pre-workouts were. Except Jack 3D. Jack 3D was a crazy one because that one had 1,3-dimethyl whatever the fuck in it, and that was basically that was basically meth. It was really not that much different than meth. And I would be taking that every fucking day, multiple times a day, and then getting like super fucking depressed and feeling like absolute shit. After that, it was good times, man. Yeah, it was meth. It was actually meth. Funny you mentioned that. It was actually meth. Anyways, I think we're just about ready. a lot of people here right now today as well. Perhaps that's a good time for me to say, hey, if you, we do these videos each and every day, not live streams every day, but maybe once or twice a week. So if you're interested, check it out by liking and subscribing. I actually barely ever say that, but I realize now is probably the time to be doing such things. All right, I'm gonna turn that sound down a little bit more. That is super fucking loud and really, really annoying. Let me just see exactly where I want to start off on this analysis. And I also want to record this one too. In fact, yes, okay, there's my button, and there we go. Okay, let's start off right in over here. This is how the analysis will flow actually quite well. $100,000 has been rejected for Bitcoin, and what happens next, I think, will probably amaze a lot of people out there, or at least it's a really good YouTube title. So first things first, I do look at this move that we saw to the upside above about 103,000, or sorry, with a high of 104,000 plus, as a test, the first test of that median on the monthly HPDR, the same level that we've been speaking about for a long time now. Yes, technically that is a little bit higher at 107, but in the grand scheme of things, this is close enough, and now it's the reaction that I was talking about on first pass is very likely to be a pullback. Now, could I have told you that this was going to be as violent of a pullback that it was? No, of course not. But as always, we went over potential areas of interest for the downside. In that case, or sorry, in this example, we went over the Bitcoin December open to lows and the percentage drop that we typically see during those times. And very specifically right here, when the trend is up, when the macro trend is up, the average differential between the open of the month and the low of the month in December, when the trend is up, has been about 6.5%. Well, what do you know? With yesterday's, price, I guess it was yesterday, we do have now, let me just measure it out, 6.25% to the downside. So that is very much within the confines of that data. And now I can say with a lot more, I guess I don't want to say certainty because there's not, perhaps a lot more confidence that we very likely have seen the low. Not only that, but of course, the Bitcoin December lows in terms of just the date of the month. Again, when the macro trend is up right here, we typically see that on average around the fourth day, close to the fourth day of the month. And what do you know? Yesterday was day number 5. So again, very much within the confines of that data. And you can see, all of these dates during macro uptrends were typically happening pretty early on in the month for Bitcoin, especially during election and halving years, happening on the 2nd, the 5th, which yesterday again was the 5th as well, and in the 9th respectively. So, going back into it right here, we've seen the average day, we've seen the average, percent drawdown. So I would say if you are bullish on Bitcoin, if you do think that Bitcoin is going to close December green, that was very likely the low, and you should, generally be looking for some sideways and up from here. So let me get back into my notes as of right now. And also, yes. Oh, yes. So yes. Another thing, yesterday, the wick to the downside, not only was it playing out the average percent drawdown from the open to the low that we see for December, but on the weekly time frame, we have seen that reconnect finally with that red with the red 5 exponential moving average right here, which is again another moving average that we've been looking at, especially during trending marks, because Bitcoin likes to reconnect with it before actually having any major continuation in trend. And this works both to the upside and the downside. And I'll give you a few examples. Again, the more recent one was back here in the 2024 run, or I should say the early 2024 run. Again, you get these reconnects, mostly along the way. And when you don't get a reconnect, you typically get sideways until you do see a reconnect before continuation. Same shit over here. Many times in this cycle, as well, and many times, in prior cycles here too. So, with that in mind, I do look at this as, overall still good for Bitcoin, because I do think that December will likely close green. Obviously, I will be wrong, but even if I am wrong on that, there's such an obvious and easy way now to be judging, what would constitute failure, or essentially, an invalidation of of basically the last month's worth of analysis for Bitcoin, to the upside. It would be anywhere below yesterday's low, which was 91,450 or so. And on some exchanges actually went a little bit lower than that. On the index right here, it did not create a lower low than last Tuesday's low, or was it last Tuesday? The 26th of November. which was 90,774. On one exchange it did, but again, I'd go with the index right here. Ultimately, any sort of closures below yesterday's low, okay, something else is going on, and Bitcoin very likely to, I don't know, well, just likely to play some major sideways and down, and then maybe the perma ultra bear is going to be right, or at least a major correction down to like very low 80s. But for right now, looking at everything, this looks still like the same, or actually, where was it? We had a LARP line coming in from the early portion of this week, basically calling a move to the downside here, but that's going to be a higher low and then, a bit more sideways and then probably up. In fact, we can just look at it from this angle, I guess, as well. I mean, I'll do some drawings, some little paintings here, something like this as Bitcoin wedges itself into what is an ascending triangle. But again, I don't really care about formations or the names of them. What I care about is trend. And the reason why triangles typically works, because if you have an ascending triangle, you have an uptrend, or at least the makings of an uptrend, because you have higher lows. Buyers getting more aggressive. Crazy idea. Anyways, Bitcoin still working its way through here. Probably see a resolution of this, I would say before like a week from now. Perhaps next Wednesday to Thursday. That's typically when we see these things break. But yeah. Anyways, on top of that, there's also another big thing to be aware of that happened yesterday that does suggest that this move to the downside is probably not as problematic as I think a lot of people are looking at it as, and that is looking at the BlackRock ticker IBIT. It did not follow on that downside move. Yes, it did have a downside move, but it did not have this massive wick to the downside, which more, reasonably would have been down around about $53. This one actually just happened, I don't know, let's actually see the percent pullback. Yeah, about a 6% pullback from the highs. So ultimately, looking at BlackRock, I would say on the higher term time frames, this probably does go on to consolidate a little bit more. But overall, as long as Bitcoin is above yesterday's low, I still do look at this as likely the pivot for the next major low. And if Bitcoin does trade above yesterday's high, even just by a tick, we're going to see a massive fucking move to the upside. Very, very likely, because like I said, on the monthly HPDR, the first test, very likely to pull back on the median. The second one, that's the one that can actually break. And if things break, there's a lot of open space to kind of fill out over the next couple months. Again, if that does happen. So that's a big if statement, but look, anywhere above yesterday's high, that would do it for me. Or if Bitcoin closes, let's say if Bitcoin closes above essentially 100,000, so it's not super helpful in that regard. We probably actually see the former of those conditions being met. Anyways, a couple last things here before we wrap this one up. But yeah, going back to the December monthly again, things can fucking explode from there. Average returns for winning Decembers has been about 31.5%. The median win was 35%, or a little bit over 35%. So if and when this does happen, this can be a pretty fucking crazy move to the upside. At that point, I mean, even 20% up puts Bitcoin at like 118. If I go for the average at 30, I mean, that's going to put it, about 130 or so somewhere around there. Of course, this is all with the assumption that December will be green. So understand the assumption and then understand where that essentially meets failure. Like it's no longer valid, which is again below yesterday's low on a closing basis. Something else going on. Time to reanalysize things. On top of that, let's go over a little bit of daily price statistics right here. Let me actually bring it up. Where are they? There they are. We can see that Friday is actually slightly more weighted in favor of positive closures than negative closures, but we have not really seen significant gains or losses on average for Friday, about 240 versus 220, giving us likely another day of range here. Bitcoin's kind of already tested the top side of this range at about 99,400 or so. The bottom side of the range, perhaps all the way down just below 95. So if Bitcoin does get a wick down there, it's completely fine, or it's within the data, but I'd still be looking at this as just, the same sort of consolidation. Nothing's been resolved as of right now, despite Bitcoin getting that move above $100,000. Anyways, last thing that we'll end off here, as always, I want to continue to check in on the quantum wave bands, just to give people an idea of, of what this thing is doing. I think that's the best way to, transparently market something. And we can see the 30-minute time frame had a very minimal trade right here, right before that massive move to the upside. Again, this is a scalping strategy. It's not designed to get these major moves, but the hourly time frame actually did get that major move. Again, they're not designed for that. They're really designed as a scalping tool. But this one, this is like an exaggerated result right here. It was from open to high. or sorry, from open to close, about a 7% move or over a 7% move for an hourly strategy. So that's, I mean, that's not, I would not say that this is a reasonable result to be expecting often. More often than not, you're going to get, small trades like this, like you see over here. Again, this is a scalping tool, not a trend trading tool, but pretty damn cool nonetheless. And then also just last thing, while I'm on this recording, because we're actually recording this during a live stream, we've been getting, not I, but Else has been getting a lot of emails about the Blowfin promotion. I really want to lessen the load on her, so hopefully the people who need to hear it are going to hear it. But it's very simple with the Blowfin cashback. I can assure you, if you use the link in the description of this video, which, hold on. Oh yeah, I actually don't have my stream up right here, but if you just scroll down a little bit and you see in the description that link, if you've used that link at any point in time, you do have the updated cashback percentage. The issue that is happening, or the issue is that Blowfin does not let regular users see in their account what cashback level that they're getting. So I think people are just confused, and also people think that it's like a fucking it's a fee reduction. It's not a fee reduction. It's cashback, which effectively is the same thing, but you just get the money back into your account rather than your fees are actually reduced. I don't know why they do that, but they do it that way. But yeah, I can assure you, you definitely have that percentage back. I've checked multiple times now with their representative, at both for my own knowledge and for other people's knowledge as well, and every time the answer's been the same. Yes, indeed, everyone has 15% now, and anyone who uses that link gets it for the lifetime of their account. Anyways, that's where we'll end this video. As always, want to wish you the best of the best. We'll continue on with the live stream now. Take care. Okay, sweet. All right, let me take a few more sips of this, and then we'll get in. What's up, Peter Underwood? Good morning to you, sir. And Mr. Bear Nutrition as well. Good to see our lovely moderators back in the Blowfin. All right, let me see what else has got lined up for me over here. And we'll check it out, I suppose. Okay, Nishant says, Delta Corp, no, I am up. Oh, there's more. Doquan says, pups. All right, let me get rid of some of these charts here. I just want to focus on the most important ones. All right, pups. Some pups. And again, I will warn everyone, we'll run this stream for like maybe another hour, but after that I will shut it off regardless of of how many. I mean, close them in like half an hour, I guess, but it could be that we don't get up to everything, to be honest with you. Anyways, looking at pups right here, still following the LARP lines. Overall, this appears to be the next higher low in a series of higher lows. Don't need to complicate things any more than that, but it is in a consolidation as of right now. We can see the range high is about 28.5 cents. Obviously, your lows coming in around 18 cents. Anything between there is fine. Just consolidation, but with a bullish, I guess, resolution. Most likely, if Bitcoin or Bitcoin and pups do break below 18 cents, and yeah, this thing probably gets sent down to like very low teens. But for right now, anything between here, fine. I'll just be looking for these LARP lines. Anything above 28.5 cents on a daily closing basis, thing should go for a run for 40 cents, maybe 50 cents, something like that. All right, back on to the chats. Tempo Ray says Super USD on the 4-hour daily weekly. That is actually one of Elsa's holdings. She's been actively investing and trading recently and doing actually quite well. Anyways, Super right here, looking pretty damn good. This one has, well, technically speaking, I shouldn't say that it has fully confirmed the macro breakout here, but I do think that that's a formality in this case. The weekly is pretty fucking obvious, I do think. A weekly RSI getting back to the bullish control zone for the first time in a while. Weekly Jewel is about to swing around for another upside signal, and it is above the prior range highs. I do think it's a formality. I do think that this thing's going to, shoot for $2.5 to $3 relatively soon. And then the real question is, does this thing make new all-time highs, later on in 2025? Because if it does, this thing can go fucking crazy. But yeah, overall, Super still good. We've been looking at this one as good for a while. I think it's actually one of the it's not like a leader, but it is one of the ones that is like a first mover. Again, this is a 2017 playbook. It's a 2017 fucking playbook. I've been saying this for a long time now, not to sound like a cunt about it, but because it's that fucking obvious at this point. It's a 2017 playbook. Bitcoin moves, then the strongest ones move next. This one actually seems to be one of the stronger ones, interestingly enough. And then it goes in varying degrees of strength. But Bitcoin is a leader, and you can play that sort of relationship on this way up if you're super actively trading. Anyways, moving on from there, we have thinking about the name. He's looking at Solana, 6 hour and daily. Sol USD. All right, let's see. Let me finish this off. Actually, I have it right here, so I don't know why I'm going to. I don't know why I'm typing it in. Obviously, I'm still redacted. But yeah, looking at the weekly right here. Big wick to the downside, but no closures, again, below the critical level that we spoke about whenever we looked at this thing last. I'm looking at that as very likely the next major higher low. As long as Solana is above about 230 on a weekly closing basis, right now trading almost 240 or so. Overall, yeah, I'm just looking at this as a nice consolidation coming off of the new all-time highs. Anything above 253 on a daily closing basis, this thing will actually start to trend towards new all-time highs. In the meantime, it can play sideways and maybe a little bit downside, something like this. But again, it's 253, the big area to be aware of. If it does trade below December the 3rd's low, okay, something else perhaps is going on. Expect a deeper retracement, I suppose. But until then, I think that this thing's actually kind of setting up for, its case for the next move. Anyways, and again, next move is, you're probably going to see 300 plus when you do see 253 taken out. Anyways, moving on, we have thinking about the name. He's back again. He's looking at doggy 4 hour and daily. Is it more likely to break out here? If it does, potential targets. Well, yeah, you should close them like very soon. All right, they're already getting like too much. Again, I cannot assure everyone that I'm going to get to all of these super chats. I will shut it off in a little bit less than an hour from now. Doggy coin hitting bullish divergence on this last higher low. Is it likely to break out from here? Maybe it's on, maybe it's from this current base. Maybe it goes a little bit more sideways. Ultimately, this thing is setting up for a real breakout. It's more of a formality of kind of when you consider that broken. I would say 45 cents on a weekly closing basis. You do have an actual macro breakout here. You're probably looking at 77 cents or basically the prior all-time highs, and then maybe even like $1.50, further on down the road. Again, that can take some time, obviously. Plonker says BNB. Sure, daily and weekly. BNB. B and derp. Whoops. Let me get this out over here. Okay. All right. All right. B and derp. All right. Let me get back to it here. Again, very similar to the last one that we just looked at. Knocking on the doors of a macro all-time high breakout. That's never really a bearish thing. In fact, any sort of a weekly closure here or higher will do that for me. At that point, I guess we can look at some Fibonacci extensions here. Looking at $800, probably relatively fast. Then I'd be looking at 920 or so. Overall, a lot of things are looking very similar, to this if they are on the stronger side of the spectrum of shitcoins today. Nishant says, Delta Corp on the daily. How do I know for sure if it's on the way to 159 or if downside is more likely? Well, first, let's look at it. Oh, it's on some Indian exchange. How do you know for sure it's on the way to 190? If it can trade back above 160, then sure, yeah. 19, or I wouldn't even say 190, I'd say like 180. Honestly, when you have a chart like this, it's just hard to get bullish on it because it only goes down. This is a weekly time frame. Yes, it is setting up for a bounce here. How high can that bounce get? Can very easily get to 135, but that doesn't really mean all that much. Trend, your last trending high was back here at 160, so 160 is the big pivot to be aware of. All right, let's see. Okay, AKT USD on the 6 hour and daily. Let's check this one out as well. I think this one, remember this one popping up a lot? Yes, and for good reason. Another one that is knocking on the door of a major breakout here. Again, LARP lines seem to be playing out yet again. Just need to see daily close here or higher, and I would say that's in the cards. Volatility already expanding, so I probably do think it does come from this move that is, I guess, likely continuing, or at least trying to get to the upside today. Weekly closure above there, and this one probably retests whatever the highs were from 2024, maybe even retest the prior all-time highs somewhat soonish after that. Thinking about, yeah, close the damn chats. All right, yeah. SEI, Jesus, man. My fucking throat is not going to appreciate this. Let's see. Again, very, very similar. Very, very similar. Not as strong as some of the other ones. Do you want to see this one close above 75 cents before I would look at this as a macro breakout? But very likely it does, and it probably does happen from this move. Let me see if I can actually pin it from here. Hopefully I can. I can. Nice. Okay, great. Yeah, we're closed. Super chats are now closed. Anyone who submitted a super chat after this moment, unfortunately, it's not going to get read. I'm just letting you know. We do have limited time today, but yeah, looking at this one, SEI again, 75 cents is the big area to be aware of. Above there, this thing very likely retests all-time highs. Very likely makes new all-time highs. Nothing bearish about this thing as long as you're above 2nd of December low. I think pretty obviously. All right, nice. Let's move on from there. We have, God damn, thinking about the name is here like 50 times. AIOZ. It's fine. It's all good, man. You're very diligent with it. So of course you should be rewarded for being early. Daily has already, I'm already looking at this one as broken out. I'm looking at this one as likely to continue from here. Yeah, the weekly did confirm that breakout last closure. I'd be looking for this one to move up towards like 160, maybe even 190 in the coming move. Bullish as long as you're above last week's low. I mean, that is an obvious pivot. Let's see. We have Nishant. He's back again. Would you consider a low fee reduced benefits for us lesser mortals? Probably a quant light. No. If you're talking about the quant prime service, which allows you to create, test, and automate your trades, that is the lowest price that we're going to do it for, because it is a fucking important service, and that's just how it's going to be. But we do have the quantum wave bands, which is what I showed earlier, which are not going to give you anywhere near the amount of customization options as what we saw, or sorry, as what we have with the quant prime. But for people who just want like a lower feed sort of thing, kind of similar as well, this perhaps could be a good do. It at least gives you some sort of like bumper rails for kind of judging where things are, and it also comes with its own strategy. Anyways, Thomas Meredith says TIA please. Let's see, TIA Celestia on, I don't know, Binance, I guess. Hourly time frame's good, but let's go. Oh no, I'm on the wrong chart here. Let's go back to this one right here. All right, TIA. Check this one out on Binance. Again, not the strongest one that we've seen of all time, especially today. It's not super terrible here. Obviously, this thing is knocking on the door of a potential breakout, but your potential breakout region is above about 906. Above 906 on a weekly closing basis, this thing is going to very likely move up to 12 and a half, maybe 14 bucks or so. Yes, I do think most things are just going to get a free ride to kind of push through these next major regions, but this thing, again, not as strong as a lot of the other ones that we've seen actually today. Need to freshen up my throats. All right, let's see. Double R said, double R, what is that? Long time cuck here. It's boof rain. Oh, okay. Is it fine? All right. Maybe, hopefully that was just me for a second. Hopefully the connection has been good. Anyways, Double R says, long time cuck here. What is the name of the badass techno song in your intro? It's actually this right here. It's a song that is only available on this channel. You can type in on YouTube Into the Cave, the Krown crypto anthem, and you can play it whenever the fuck you want, I guess. You can also play this as well. I'd like to show you something right now. I'd like to show you something very, very important. These are mentally healthy individuals. I found this, by the way, on Twitter from an account called Deplorable Homo. Yes. Yeah. Great people.
They're just going round and round and round.
All right. What? They're doing a sex strike, so I have no chance. Damn it. Well, I guess you're still available. Anyways, Adam Weekly. Gotcha, man. All right, let's look at Adam. Let's look at some Adam action. Some Adam action. Is it doing any busting behaviors? No, it's not. It's again on the weaker side of things. Still even on a weekly downturn. I mean, this is the problem with 2021 shitcoins. It is very weak compared to most other things. Where is the most important last high to reclaim if this thing's going to actually flip around to potentially being bullish? 14 and a quarter. Until then, I wouldn't even call this thing bullish, although it can trade all the way up to there. But if it rejects, it's just another lower high. That's the problem. Above 14 and a quarter, you do have an actual reversal, and this thing probably works its way up, to around $20. But again, relatively weak compared to most things in this market. In the short term, is it even likely to continue here? It's starting to create some divergence already. A little bit of divergence here on the daily RSI. I think it could probably get another move to the upside, but after that, I'd be looking forward to likely trade sideways and down from there. Anyways, let's see. Nishant says, long down wicks like that usually result in up movement. Can the same be expected this time? I think we explained that earlier. It does not actually mean that. No, in fact, most of the times wicks do get quote unquote filled. What do I mean by that? Just, coming back down at a later time and retesting that. It's actually a signal of indecision. Whenever you get a sort of Darth Maul dildo like this with massive wicks both to the upside and the downside, it's a signal of indecision because one, buyers were not able to, maintain the price at the higher levels, obviously, and then sellers were obviously not able to actually maintain the lower prices or actually break down. So what does that mean? It means we have more of the same, most likely. But the way to look at something like this is whichever side price trades above or below next, especially on a closing basis, it's going to be a major direction from that, area. Very, very likely. That's why I do say that, what happens next actually could be quite fucking surprising here because Bitcoin does reclaim that 104 high. It's very unlikely to stop for a long time at 107. It's probably going to work its way into the 110 to 120 range relatively fast, I would say. And look, this is a fucking $1,400 move $14,000 move. That's insane. That's fucking insane. Yes, it's only like a 6% move or something. Or sorry, no, it's like a 12% move. Yeah, 12% move. But again, what did we say just even a week ago? In bull markets, more people get liquidated in bull markets than bear markets, I do think, because you get crazy volatile swings like this. It's just absolutely drastic, like really, 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 really intense. So it's hard, it's harder to use leverage in these, in these particular situations. Anyways, thinking about the name says AVAX USD, long and short. The long and short of it all. I don't know. Let's see. AVAX. Yeah, I do think that this one probably moves up to the last high that you saw from March of this year. I would be expecting a pullback from there. Daily time frame. Again, this current run, I think it has a little bit more to go and probably does trade somewhere around there. But at that point, I'd be looking for a pullback and then reanalyze it after that. On a pullback, it is on higher low watch, to be fair. It's not until you actually see not daily, but weekly closes above about $62.50 where I'd say this thing's actually broken out. And at that point, you're looking at 100 plus probably. Steven Schickman says doggy daily weekly. I think we looked at that one earlier, actually. Yeah, I believe that we did actually look at that one earlier. So all good there. I'll save my voice for now. Punani Muffin says, we love ass on Sol, please. Altcoin is the new store value. Well, let's see. Is ass Sol. We love ass. It's literally on TradingView. Could you imagine that, like TradingView, a serious corporation, and like there's some like nerdy fucking coder behind the scenes. It's like, yes, Altcoin. Okay, what's the real name? Oh, we love ass. It's we love ass. And Fartcoin for your fart behaviors as well. Mrs. Fart knows a lot about that. Anyways, Martinez says, hey Krown, OL on OKX chart. Okay, what is this? And I am Mr. Fart. Have you met Mr. Fart? Alice is going to have a laugh attack, so you have to lay off her. Well, do you want to meet Mr. Fart? They are not going to know your friends. They're not going to know why that's so funny. OL coin, not Fart coin. again, hitting extremes here on day. Sorry, this is 4 hour. I don't give a fuck about the 4 hour. There is barely any history on this, man. I don't fucking know. I do think that this thing goes a little bit of sideways, probably plays a little bit of downside, maybe goes for a higher low at 44 cents. But this is very, 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 very low time frame stuff for Altcoin. Overall, the trend is your friend. The trend is to the upside, but it's not really helpful in something that's this new. So I don't really have any real analysis for something like this. If I had to call it, pullback likely soon. Martinez, no, we just got that one. Can you do a daily time frame for OL? It barely even exists, man. Barely even exists. Martin Hunt says, congrats on the Florida decision, Krown. Well, nothing's ever set in stone, but it's looking likely. I know you've been thinking about it for a while. Indeed, we have really been appreciating a lot of the people reaching out as well with just information about these places that we've been considering. Really, really cool and super, super helpful as well. We actually do look at a lot of the things that people send. Anyways, literal dog coin, or is it doggy? No, it's dog USD. I guess we go to this exchange. I'm trying to find the actual ticker. Yeah. Okay, not as strong as doggy coin, that's for sure. On a daily time frame, though, we do have an uptrend. Obviously, it does seem to be putting in a nice healthy consolidation right here. I wouldn't get too excited about it until it's above whatever the hell that number is, like 800 tenths of a cent or 8 tenths of a cent. Likely plays its way sideways here, break above there, and this thing probably retests highs and shit like that. Below the 3rd of December's low, or this past Tuesday, I would say that's something else going on. You probably should expect to pull back down to like half of a cent. Elsa says, hey, they're closed. Yes, the super chats are closed. I'm sorry, but we do need to put our foot down a little bit here just because Elsa says they're going to her purse fund now. Yes, because you don't have enough.
It's true.
All right. Let's see. Thinking about the name says render. Okay. I think the symbol RNDR. Remember, this one was maybe a stronger one of yesteryear, but perhaps not so much anymore. Will it continue to all-time high? I think it'll continue probably around, I do think it'll trade actually quite close to that, maybe back to like 11, 12 bucks. Overall good, overall on the stronger side for a shitcoin. Monthly has hidden bullish evidence here, so I wouldn't really overthink this one. Does it trade just up from here? I mean, I actually do think that this run is not necessarily done just yet. Volatility at about 83 percentile, so I actually do think that it has a little bit more, so probably does test around, 11 and a half, 12 bucks. Then I'd be expecting a pullback, but look for a higher low on the pullback because this thing on the monthly probably does push through longer term. Not bad. Again, we haven't really spoken too much about short term here. I don't know. Can you get a pullback short term? You just did. And you got hidden bullish evidence on it. So fair enough. Moo the bull, the daily. Moo. This is also one of Elsa's holdings, I believe. Not the strongest shitcoin. Still somewhat following the LARP lines over here, but looking at this one with fresh eyes right now. Let me go to that's literally a 4 hour time frame. Jesus. Yeah, I do think that you're going to continue on a little bit more sideways here. Definitely could come back down and test around 4,000, whatever the hell that number is. But overall, it does seem to be like it's probably putting in a higher low. I think it's just going to take some time, and yeah, very likely does actually retest somewhere around these lows, and then sideways for a while, and then maybe gets another try to the upside, perhaps later this month or next year. But I do think that a lot of these memes, the memes have been taking a back seat recently. The utility tokens have actually been taking the front seat recently. Again, that's why I do think it's the 2017 playbook. Like a lot of alts been holding up extremely strong during these moves and gaining versus Bitcoin. So very, 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 very impressive, and a good sort of marker of where we're at in the cycle. STX, is there a new all-time high coming? Actually, I have this one on my list. Let's go over here. Yes. Okay. I've been watching this one. New all-time highs coming? Probably relatively soon. Yeah. I would like to see this weekly officially close over $2.50. It's looking very, very likely right now. We see a lot of really positive signals here. Weekly RSI getting back to the bullish control zone. We see weekly Jewel with a really good buy signal right here, still getting upside curvature, and volatility just started expanding. So yeah, I don't think that the run is done. Probably does retest those highs, probably makes new highs. That can obviously take, a few weeks to maybe like a month and a half. But from there, I'd be looking for new highs, and this thing can, forward. I'm just going to do some bad mental math, but $4, $1 could easily trade up to like $6.5, $7 upon breaking the prior all-time high. Yeah, not bad. One of the stronger ones. And this one actually specifically plays quite closely to Bitcoin, because I believe it's DeFi on Bitcoin is what it is. Let's see. Anima A116Z. A116Z. Okay, it is indeed a coin. It exists. No time frames given, but it is an uptrend. It is retesting the prior highs, probably going to make new highs. Crazy idea. Would like to see it officially close above the prior all-time high, and at that point, maybe see a move towards like 80 plus cents. Maybe when it goes for $1, I guess, later on, but probably 80 cents. If it can close above your November highs, which was 55 cents. So a pretty big move, kind of coming from there. There's not that much history, so as always, I do like to say I don't feel super confident when you don't have that much history, but for what we do have, it likes to go up, and that is that it's happening at the right time in the right portion of the cycle to be considered on the stronger side. Actually, big bulls looking at Ponky again, Ponk. All right. Probably putting another low right here, but just like some of the other memes that we've seen, I do think it's going to be in for a little bit more sideways. Yeah, there's some hidden bullish evidence on that last local low, but your range is likely something like that. Oh, I already have it charted. Your range is likely something like this. I guess I've already done the LARP lines here. It's still following this. Anywhere below 49 cents on a daily closing basis, and I would say that this one comes all the way down to 39 cents, something like this. But until then, it looks like it's trying to put in a higher low here. Anywhere above 67, let's just call it 68 cents on a daily closing basis. Well, this thing's going to make new all-time highs and continue on with the overall macro trend. Not bad. Tron Jeremy says, has Elsa ever in all of these years have shown her face, or she stays a mystery with a very unique way of laughing for Bitcoin with Bitcoin? She's revealed her faces, plenty of times on my Instagram, but actually shouldn't like to be on live video for whatever reason. Anyways, with BTC, actually holding the line versus Bitcoin here. Overall in one massive range, yes. So it's not strong compared to Bitcoin until it actually breaks out above the above the top side. It's right in the middle of the range. To me, this is always a no trade zone. I don't really have super strong opinions on that, on what it's going to do. But if I did have to, draw some out, probably a bit more sideways, I think this can go on for a while longer, honestly, and then maybe tries an upside move. It's not until you trade back above whatever the hell this number is, 4,700, and where I'd actually be looking at this thing to maybe retest somewhere around your prior highs. But yeah, this is with versus Bitcoin, not with versus the dollar. I mean, obviously that's probably going up. So yeah, it's good. Terrence Grogren says, MicroStrategy, daily and weekly, please. All right, MSTR. Let's see this one. Oh, whoops, I did the stupid crypto way. I am lobotomized today. It's true. Daily hidden bullish divergence on that last low. Very interesting. Looks like my LARP lines are actually still somewhat valid there. Not that they really should be. But range high around 453, range low 325. I mean, this is just fucking massive, absolutely fucking massive. Similar to Bitcoin, I do think that you go a little more sideways here. But the second that this thing closes above yesterday's high, it's going to retest the prior all-time high, probably make new all-time highs. Very, very strong overall. But I do think you're in for a correction here. I mean, this is weekly BBWP coming off of extreme highs, 94, 95 percentile. I think it's going to take some time, honestly, to kind of shake itself out a little bit sideways and play out maybe a little bit of downside there as well. It's a humongous range, as we just went over. Thinking about the name says FTM. Okay, FTM. All right, Phantom. Phantom breaking above the March highs. Very, 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 very impressive, especially on an overall uptrend with higher lows the whole way through. So I don't think it's the strongest thing of all time, but it very likely does fall through to the upside, maybe 170 to perhaps like $2 on this move. This the breakout does look legit. Would still, just for clarity's sake, like to see the weekly close basically above here or just anywhere above 122. At that point, you have weekly volatility expanding. You do have weekly RSI again doing the same thing, and weekly Jewel is continuing on with the upside signal. So I'd say that it's more likely to fall through to the upside here, maybe $2 overall, somewhere around there perhaps. Not bad actually. 4 hour time frame. A little bit of ebbs and flows. Just put another higher low here at about 114. So I'd be respectful of that. Anyways, you're looking at Vanry as well. Vanry, Vanar chain. Okay. Interesting. What could this thing be? Short and long term. This thing has actually been around for a very long time. Again, another example of not a strong shitcoin. Short term probably plays out a bit of a pullback from here. I mean, it already is. Could easily come back down to like 15 cents if it wants, 15, 16 cents. But that's still another higher low, to be fair. Like the weekly rally continues most likely towards 22, maybe even 25 cents. Other than that, I don't really have anything else to say about it. I'm generally looking for it to go up on the higher term timeframes. FTM, we did that one. Okay. Sovereign SOV for Futokuko. Sounds Japanese. We've actually been looking at Japan a lot as well. It's so fucking cool, man. It's so fucking cool. SV. Elsa's actually learning Japanese, by the way. Hi. Let's see. I guess it's this thing. Wow, terrible. Absolutely fucking god-awful, man. Wow. Literally the worst chart of the day, in fact. Let's go to the regular scale right here. And you know what? This one, I have to do it. I don't have a choice here. It's so bad. It's so fucking bad. It's so bad. I'm pressing the button. The button's being pressed. Uh-oh. What have I done? Oh my God, what have I done? Oh no! My charts! Actually, that chart deserved it. It's fucking god-awful. It's bad, okay? Look, even the shittiest of shit is still likely to go up from here. Even the shittiest of shit, but it is absolute shit. And is it showing any signs of a macro reversal? Actually, I mean, you do have some higher lows on the higher term timeframes, but needs a trade back above your February highs. And again, this is the real chart. Bad. It's bad. It's very bad. A chart only a mother could love. Truco Production says, hey, Krown, looking at Ethereum on weekly, considering we break current resistance in 2021 all-time high, how would you set new targets? It's always difficult when you're in all-time high, blue sky breakouts. There's no really good way to do it. Fib extensions are the closest, and then, watching BBWP to get to extremes or just volatility extremes is another good way. But yeah, looking at Ethereum, I guess we can look at Ethereum very quickly here. Where's my Ethereum? There it is. Retesting the highs from March, it's likely to pull back on the first pass. That's exactly what you're getting right now. It could pull back all the way down to like 3,500 with the way that Ethereum trades, but it's just another higher low. This thing's very likely getting ready for an actual breakout, and this is monthly continuation of trend. You have your low, you have your higher low, you have your high, you have your higher low right here. Obviously trading back above those highs, you get your next higher high, and this thing's going to retest prior all-time highs and probably work its way towards like 6,000 plus. Yeah. I mean, we could technically make a measured move based upon this. I won't do like a super aggressive one, but yeah, could easily trade towards like $7,000 after that. Sorry, 6,700 to $7,000 after that. But gonna take his time again. Anyways, let's see. Big Bull says Solana versus Ethereum. Let's check it out. Which one is better, Solana or Ethereum? Ethereum's going to be better. Ethereum's going to be better for the next portion. Looking at daily right here, short term, short term, we actually will see this one have a bounce. So, or very likely we're going to see a short term bounce on this one. It could come back up to like 7,000 or 0.07, whatever the hell that number represents. But overall, I do think that this one's top for a while. Weekly has significant amount of bearish divergence here. So while it very likely does get a short-term bounce, as long as this thing's below, basically last week's high, I'd be looking for this thing to come sideways and down, actually significantly from here, maybe back down somewhere around here overall. But that, again, can take a lot of time. All right. We have Terrence. He's back. He's looking at Fannie Mae, FNMA, sure. Okay, trades OTC as you'd expect. Weekly hit whatever hell level we had marked off over here on extreme volatility, pulling back significantly from there. It plays basically like a shitcoin because it probably is a shitcoin. It's a 45% move to the downside. I do think that you found your highs for a while. It's probably going to bounce in the short term. I shouldn't tell you don't do anything, but I wouldn't get carried away with this. But yeah, it is likely to bounce here. It is likely to it can bounce a lot. It could bounce all the way up to $3. But anything below your November highs, and this thing is probably putting in its next highs for a long time. Again, another great example of the double derp signal here on daily BBWP. Boom. In fact, XRP was a phenomenal one, which I made a video about a few days ago. Probably one of the best examples I've seen in a long time. Let's actually check it out. Whoops, that's not XRP. That's XRO, which is not even a thing. Yeah, and I haven't even checked on it recently, but I just assumed it'd be down, and it is down. Probably gets a bounce here too, to be fair, but double extremes plus momentum turning down on divergence. Yeah, it's at least a local high, if not a major high. XRen says coin 195 minute and daily. Okay, I'm gonna do the daily. Similar to Bitcoin, right? Gave a little try to the upside from yesterday. Again, following the LARP lines here. I wouldn't consider this a breakout just yet. It's going to have another chance today, most likely, but anything until it actually closes a weekly, which does close today, to be fair, above 335, I would not consider it an actual break. But if and when that does happen, this thing's going to very likely retest somewhere around your November 2021 highs. That's 370. Probably just goes for 400 from there, to be honest. Not bearish on this thing again until it trades below and closes below your 14th of November lows. Same conditions as for quite some time now. And again, volatility telling the story right here. It's still consolidating. I think this one still takes time. Waves for Life says Popcat on the 4 hour and daily. Okay. Pop. Wait, no, that's Popcat. Would you like a Popcat?
Yes.
Elsa should invest in the Popcats. Sorry, I don't think it's a good time to be investing in like actual shitcoins. You can buy like the real stuff right now. This one not bad actually, to be fair. Sorry, you could invest in this one right now if you want, but it's not going to be a long investment. Okay, it's going to be a very short-term investment. Hidden bullish divergence, double drives right here off of the last low. I'm looking for this one to trade sideways and up, probably back towards 165, 166, maybe even all the way up to 175. Overall, I wouldn't necessarily call it continuation to new all-time highs just yet, but yeah, it is an uptrend, so I would be respectful of it. Next move, try some upside. But I actually do think that this thing's probably top for a while, to be honest with you. So actually don't invest in it, sir. But short term is very likely to move up here. It's just, I don't think this is going to be a continuation of the run. But hey, I can be wrong on that. How will you know? It'll actually trade above 190. That would be my failure condition there. Mergum IssaQ says IO. Okay. It's a new one, I think. IO versus the US dollar. Very, very new. Not super new, but still newer. Brushing up against this last rejective high right here, actually quite close. I do think you probably get another wick around that region, like 380, somewhere around there. But I would be expecting a pullback and consolidation lower after that. Maybe it tries for a higher low, closer to $3 after that. But yeah, short term probably tries a continuation of this move to the upside. Just I wouldn't get carried away with something like this just yet. Sui, short and long-term analysis. Okay. All right. New all-time highs. Fucking crazy. Don't know when we looked at this thing last, but the trend is your friend. a great example of the trend is your friend, and a good example and a good thing that this thing is continuing on with the all-time high breakout. This is one of the strongest altcoins. Yeah, I don't have anything to say on this, man. It's just up, maybe come up with some areas of interest. I guess $4.50 is the next short-term one, and then you got like 490 to 520, something like that. Overall rally continues. Yeah, short-term you probably see, you're going to see pullbacks here and there, obviously. Poppy Loves Crypto says Venco. Okay, it's an interesting one. Venco USD. Terrible, motherfucker. How fucking dare you? How dare you send these god-awful charts? It's a bull market and this thing's only going down. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
Nuclear launch detected.
Look, even garbage like this probably gets some nice tries to the upside, but it's way too new. It's only gone down during one of the most bullish markets of all times. Like, it's not a good sign, man. But I guess, it can go up a decent amount. Anyways, Chun Chasku says, Le Meow. That sounds like a cool one. Would you like to invest in this one?
Yes.
Ranging here. Just hit the range highs, so pull back from there. Yes, we got that. I actually do think that this one comes a bit more sideways and down from here, but overall, as long as it's within this range, probably does get a bullish resolution. But 6.5 cents is the magical number to beat before all-time highs. Probably new highs. Michael Longcar says, FET cycle high predict. There's no way I can do that, man. I don't think anyone can honestly do that. I'm just gonna shoot you straight, man. There's like I'd be feeding you a bunch of bullshit if I said this is where the cycle high is gonna be. I have no fucking idea. There's no way to know. That's the issue with blue sky breakouts. Like anything can fucking happen. Anything can happen. If you've been around this place a long time or a long enough time, you already know that anything is possible upon all-time high breakouts. Might make a slightly new high just around 4.25 and then completely fail it, or it might go for the absolute bullzooka and trade above $6. No idea. But overall, it does have a pretty good chart. It is just a macro uptrend. It just broke above the 185 pivot right here. It's very likely going to move all the way up to like 2.5, maybe somewhere around there. And Cardano, another cycle high prediction. Sir? It'd be nice to see this thing actually make new all-time highs. I don't fucking know, man. Short term, it's in a pullback region, I do believe. But higher low watch is the name of the game right now. Regular bearish evidence is already forming here, so probably gets a pullback down closer to like a buck at some point. Longer term, does it retest those highs? That's what I'd be interested in first. Like I wouldn't be calling for any new highs before, obviously, you'd even retest those. I don't know about cycle prediction for this one. It seems to me to be one of the weaker ones. Martin Hunt is looking at Doggy, Department of Government Efficiency. Okay, let's find the department. Actually sold my departments. Okay, this is not the right ticker, or at least it's not popping up. Department, yes, there we go. Okay, maybe it's this one, I guess. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have sold it. Actually looking okay here. Putting in its last higher low on hidden bullish divergence. Again, it's still consolidating, so maybe some more sideways in the short term. But anywhere above 40 cents, and this thing is gonna make new all-time highs. Probably trades towards 50 plus at that point, 50 cents or more. Bearish if below November low. Sorry, November the 28th low. But until then, sideways in here, probably tries out a little bit of downside, but I do think that one resolves the upside overall. Stacks says KDA. Okay, another prior cycle shitcoin, I think. Kadurpa, but even prior cycle shitcoins get love during this portion of the market cycle and retesting the highs from March with already a higher low in the monthly. So probably does push on through here, probably closer to $2.50, maybe even $3.50, more longer term. I'm looking at a monthly, by the way, so that can take a long time. But yeah, daily probably has a little bit more here. It is very extreme on daily BBWP, so I would be very, very cognizant that this short-term rally probably doesn't have that much more to go before it gets a pullback. But again, it's higher low watch on any sort of a pullback here. Okay, let's see. VC says CR. Oh God, talk about prior cycle shitcoins. Like, I'm curious where this thing even is. It's at $1. Is that good? No, it's bad. This is the real chart. Once again, an absolute piece of fucking garbage. You are the weakest chart. Goodbye. Fucking bad, man. This is what I'm talking about. This is what most shitcoins will look like. They get a big pop. Everyone gets super excited. Holy shit, it's reversing. It's 2021 again, man. It's going to go back to the highs. Going to make new all-time highs. It's going to be absolutely crazy. But you know what's going to happen? Hold on. That's what's going to fucking happen. But yeah, can it trade up towards like 160? Maybe. Still lower highs. Nothing long term to be super excited about here, as long as it's below about $3. So that's it's got some work to do. It's bad. It's quite bad. Mr. EMP. EMP. Export man. No, you're empty real? What the fuck? Empty real? What the fuck? Empty real SDK? Nothing's popping up on TradingView Mount. This must be like below the level of gutter shitcoin. Yeah, man, unfortunately, if it's not on TradingView, we can't look at it. Stefan Milicevic says, happy hump day, sir. It's Friday. Oh, are we humping? Are we humping? Because I'm gay for TA today. Is it possible, realistic for Sol market cap to flip, overtake Ethereum? Long time horizon years? Sure, it's possible. I mean, is it probable though? I don't fucking know. My expertise does not lie in the shitcoin realm. But is it possible? Yeah, it's always possible. But I do think that actually Ethereum is going to be gaining ground versus Solana in the more near term. So yeah. Anyways, Jonas O says, please do analysis on all versus Sol. Okay, we only do one at a time, sir. But you are from Singapore, so that means that you're actually probably pretty cool. And this one is, of course, not even on TradingView because it's an absolute piece of dog shit. So we'll go to this one instead. So we will do at least one. Wow. Unbelievable. It's like people do not fucking listen. Why do you do this to me? Is it going to go up from here? Probably. It's probably going to go up. But just like most 2021 shitcoins, this one's not even a 2021 shitcoin. It's going to continue on with the general trend. And where does the general trend go as this thing has only gone down and down and down and down and down even more during one of the most bullish markets where everything, literal fucking memes that are worthless, have gone 1 million X or more. Viacoin, on the other hand, goes down!
Nuclear launch detected.
I don't make the rules, but it's bad. Jason Chanley says, Mogcoin on the daily. Mogcoin sounds cool. Look, Viacoin only goes down. If only you chose properly. Very good. Literally making new all-time highs. Probably one of the best charts we've seen today, especially for like the newer memes and shit like that. Weekly is a bullish engulfing dildo, massive girth on it as well, and weekly RSI is back in the bullish control zone for the first time in a while. So it's going to continue to make new all-time highs. It's probably one of the strongest memes, if not the strongest meme, I suppose. I guess we can come up with areas of interest, I guess. Next one is 35,600, whatever the hell that number is. And then above there, you got 42,300. Powerful. Powerful. It's MOG coin, not STD coin, you derp. Nil says, IOTX, been with it since 2021. Oh, this is going to be good. This is going to be really good. It has all the markings. 2021 shitcoin. Oh. Wow. Amazing. It appears that it actually did make macro higher lows, and it probably does move to the upside here. But just like most pieces of garbage, which you've been holding since 2021, which probably come from much higher, and for reference, need multiple hundreds of percents to even get back to break even at this point.
Nuclear launch detected.
You don't have to choose things like this, you know? You don't have to. You don't have to do it. Yes, it's very likely to move up from here. Might even test 9 to 10 cents again at some point. Maybe even retest all-time highs, but a laggard and just not impressive compared to most things. But it does make macro higher lows, so at least there's that. That is more than most things that we've nuked today. So you know what? I probably shouldn't have nuked this one. It's not as bad as the other ones that we nuked because they only go down. But 2021 shitcoin, never good sign. Here's your log scale. It looks a lot more pretty on log scale, obviously. But yeah, very likely to move up here. Probably does move up towards like 10, 11 cents. Just not the strongest thing of all time. When there are so many things much more strongs. Oh, we're almost at the end as well. Chuak says, retardio my derp. Is this a thing? Hey, you can't use that word. That's my word. That's our word. You can't appropriate my retardio. My derp. How dare you? You're not even a real derp. You're just a half derp. That doesn't count. You can't use that word. Retardio, better than the last shit that we looked at. Again, putting in likely its next major low right here, but I do think that it will take some time. It is coming off of some regular bullish divergence actually now is forming. Or sorry, no, it is not. There is hidden bullish divergence, but a bit more sideways, I suspect. Something like this, perhaps. But as long as you're above December lows, December the 3rd low, very likely sideways and tries another move to the upside. I'd get excited above about 16.5 cents on a daily closing basis. At that point, probably going to retest highs, maybe even make new highs. S-Man says RT USD. Okay, ARTY USD. Okay. Artifact. Oh, fuck you. Kidding, man. And again, hey, whenever I talk shit about these charts, I'm not talking shit about you as a person. You're probably a great person, probably an amazing person. The charts, however, they're not. They're not. This thing, I mean, it's only ever gone down, really, but it is having a pretty good response here, to be fair. Do I think that you retest like this wick high from Wednesday, maybe a couple more times? Perhaps yes, but I do think that you're going to find, an actual nice high somewhere around here, and very likely pulls back after maybe retesting it once more, twice more, and then probably pulls back. But again, have to be on higher low watch. I mean, this thing could easily pull back to like $1. Fucking massive moves there. Okay. Brendan J says, thanks for your work, man. All good. Render. We actually already did that one. Okay, you want to look at the Bitcoin pairing, actually. Let's check this one out. Hey, that RNDR BTC. Really? Nothing pops up there? That's okay. We'll do it this way. This way doesn't work. What the fuck? Render. There has to be a Bitcoin pairing here. There has to be. There we go. Okay. That's what I thought. Yeah. Retest in prior time. I mean, retest, it obviously hasn't made new highs, but it's retested the prior highs on a closing basis. I would like to see it actually close above this region right here. Yes, I do think it's probably a formality, probably, probably is going to push through maybe even today. But technically speaking, you want to see a daily closure above whatever the hell this last high was, which I don't know. This is actually also the crypto market cap, I think, is too. It's not the actual pairing. For whatever reason, TradingView does not have the actual pairing. I would think that there's definitely a render BTC pairing somewhere, but I guess not. It's kind of strange, but overall, do I think it's going to continue on with this trend? Very likely, yes. It's the right conditions right now. All right. It's been an absolute pleasure. Holy shit. It's been an absolute pleasure being back here in Helsinki, having some real fresh air and real water and my usual setup with all of my stuff, which actually fucking works apparently. Compared to where it was before, much better. But yeah, I want to say thank you for everyone joining in. Of course, if you're new here, we do these live streams, once or twice a week. I don't know exactly what my schedule is going to be while we're here in Finland, but maybe like Tuesday, Thursday, or Tuesday, Friday, something like that, perhaps. And for the rest of the days, we do, we just do some pre-recorded videos. So if you're interested in that, check out the like button and the subscribe button. You can get it delivered to you each and every day. I want to say a special thank you to all of our moderators once again: Bear Nutrition, Nikki Page, and Peter Underwood, and even Elsa.
Whoa! Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, silence. And on that note, I'd like to wish everyone the best. Yeah, we'll end things right there. Take care, much love, and enjoy the outro.
Ditch it, XR pitch it, copy, paste it, nudge it, test it, build it, try it, bend it, fork it, hype it, dump it, rinse, repeat, but quick relocate, pause it, list it, send it, burn it, pump it, hack it, quick rename it.